up with them. And they're like, why are you running the Echo? And that's exactly what we're going to have here. Echo, Smoke, Val, Bandit, and Jaeger. It's going to be CCTV and Locker's defense. And ENCE are going to be going on the attack with the Blackbeard on Boonsy, Sledge, Ash, Hibana, and the Twitch. So let's see how they reinforce this one out. KS is going to be checking the long tunnel here. And they're just going to be reinforcing from the main hallway. So usually you would expect the attack to come through the tunnel onto the A site. Not a lot of teams would go through the garage because you get funneled in. But you might have one player just try to run through there. And most of the time, you would see the Twitch trying to do that. Sometimes some teams would go for a Glass maybe. Very odd pick, but definitely is a possibility if he plays all the way on the car park.
We see all those narrow holes on
this
bank,
is
actually.
No, dude, this is sick from Fabian. Fabian goes for the Supernova shotty, and he's going to be able to open up the side here. So even if they relinquish the hold on the server room itself, they can just spray through here or support their teammate in this spot. So this is a very good, flexible defense setup. And I can't wait to see how ENCE actually try to break through this without really having a Monty or any real shield except for the Blackbeard to help him out.
Yeah, we finally get the top-notch match started with ENCE eSports on the attacking side here, and PENTA Sports with the first defensive approach here in the top match of Playday 7, which was actually scheduled for last week.
Yep.
But we're here now to see Player 7, and there Kanto is starting his roaming. Of course, they want to get first frag. We talked about that so often, how important it is to get the early advantage over the defenders.
But the thing here,
there
here
he
we
goes.
go.
Kanto gets Goga on a quick vertical play here. Might look for another one. Finally drops down. Where's his teammate? And we see Bandit with a lot of damage already taken.
This is sick. He takes a lot of damage, but he cleans up the Hibana, which means that now the attackers are forced to use basically whatever they have to try and push through. This means that the tiny openings that have already been made are going to be even deadlier, but Panada is going to be able to come in and take down Pengu, so no more smoke, and there's a minute 30 remaining, and he sprays down KS, taken down in the back. Fantastic push here from the staircase from Panari.
Yeah, amazing push too. He got his teammate right behind him to cover up. There's Guy still around the corner. That grenade was definitely not what he planned to do. Maybe get some lessons in playing baseball, mate. Might help here. Now they try to rotate around it, not going for the same entrance. They just opened. Bit on the run, still 1 minute on the clock. Bounce looking down the stairs. Well, you can't see Fabian, of course. Still behind that wall. But it would have been a great shot. Nevertheless, there we see the Echo drone.
Yeah, Yuna should not be peeking here, but hey, what do I know? Comes in, gets the frag on a Boonsy, takes out the Blackbeard, and then the Sledge gonna get shot down by Fabian, and he jumps right into him. Kanto getting taken down, but Fabian on the Echo is just saving the day with that bearing 9. 1v1 situation of Fabian! Headshot straight onto Wilkie. Fantastic defense from the Echo. We always talk about the Echo being the one that just stays in the backline alongside the smoke. Fabian doesn't care. He needs to clutch. He will clutch. He's going to stay relaxed. And even with Yunas getting taken down by the Twitch, he's going to be able to clutch with a 3K. And round 1 is going to go for Penta on the defense.
With ending it with a double kill.
Yes.
That's the important part. That gives the momentum. Here what we see, the next picks of Operator for Blue will be Smoke, Val, Jaeger, Miriam, Pulse on the side of ENCE. And Penta, finally get that shield in. Changing Monte out. I know that you can spell this name way better than me. No Jekyll, no
there
Monte.
we go. KS is going to be on the Montagne.
They brought him in.
Yes. So
changing it.
So KS is going to be going for the Montagne. And yes, this is how you pronounce it. So everybody watching out there, that's French. Bonsoir. And second of all, yes, it is Montagne. And otherwise, ENCE are going to go for the Pulse. And it's going to be pretty interesting because they can set up behind the server room here, and they can gain so much information because it's very difficult to take him down in that kind of a spot. You need somebody to maybe throw through the tunnel. Shot is going to be open up the sidewall on here just a bit so they can get a bit of a spray angle all the way to the opposite side. Now he sets up his mirror wall right in front of the garage, so they might just be expecting somebody to come through there. So they're just going to go barbed wire a bit, and Panari is going to put at least one of the black guys, the last one, in the garage just in case.
Who will team up with KS on that push, or will he do everything on his own?
No, usually you have like a Thermite or the Hibana that's going to come in and help him out. So bit by bit, he's just going to be moving up. Goga is droning in front of him, so it is the Thermite that's going to be supporting him. But Wilkie, who is a god pulse, by the way, can just stand back here in the server room and get as much info as possible. The more they move up, the more info he's able to get. And oh, all right, they're going to fall back with a Monty. So they won't be going for a tunnel push through there and might just leave Goga to watch their backside. All right, this is very interesting.
Now, backing off that early, didn't really expect that, but besides the droning and the scouting they did, there was not much intel yet.
Yeah, but they
didn't give away that they use Monty, which is a good thing still. But backing off that early with Goga now being down there trying that vertical line.
But they kind of realized it. Okay, well, we spotted the Bandit, we spotted the Pulse. So, you know what? This whole Monty thing is going to be so predictable. So let's not do that. And let's try to play around another angle. So they react, they rotate, they change, and now the Hibana opens up at least the middle hatch here. With Yunus trying to move in bit by bit through the staff room. Goga is droning right in front of him, as well as Fabian. So this is basically as much information as possible. We're going to open up the third hatch on here and just making sure there's nobody in the back of the desk area. So far, so good. Calculated, checklist off. There's a minute 25, and you just can't spend too much time on
Yunus with the chance for the first kill, but dropping down, gets taken out by Shati. That was something he didn't really expect. He thought he had the upper hand. That's why he went for that aggressive attack.
Yeah, shot down the 50% HP here on the Mira. A real god Mira, if you will. But Goga's going to be able to walk into the server room. Nobody's really going to be challenging him here as the Monty is in. Goga's going to be the thermiting here the back wall. And Monty might just stand right in front of him. Here we go. The smoke is going to get baited out. This is very good in terms of timing. Now they need to protect their back. They can definitely push the Monty in. He's going to protect them, and then you'll have him drop the diffuser for Goga to try and plant it from behind.
Thermite with the long range and bouncing. There comes the gas grenade once again, but Goga had the chance there to get a good peek. I'm pretty sure you only saw the gas canister flying, and that's it, nothing else. Still peeking left and right. They want to go for the B objective. Pre-firing by Goga, next gas grenade coming out, but Monty finally moving a bit inside.
I'm not too sure why the Monty would be going for the plant here. He does have the shield to protect him in the back, and that's exactly why he's going to be trying it here. The ADS is going to be helped him out, and oh my god, the C4 from Wilkie gets the double as he plays the pulse perfectly. And now Fabian and his teammates from Penta are frantically going for the kills here. 2 already going down, but there's 3 alive. Pengu gets 1 more, but there's no time. And the defenders are going to be able to protect the bomb at the last second. Diffuser was not planted at the end there.
I'm a bit surprised that they didn't saw the C4 going out there. They saw the grenade throw earlier, the gas, so they knew someone had the chance to actually get an objective in there, get a grenade, get the C4 there, and they didn't expect it. Of course, they still had the C4 on their side.
Yeah, and I'm still wondering why you would not have the Monty in front. Like, yes, okay, I know. You can put the shield on your back, and it protects you from the bullets, but it doesn't really work out too well because it's not an extended shield, and the sides can't really protect you from the explosives in this spot. You basically lose out on the best thing about having the Monty, instead of just dropping the diffuser, leaving the thermite behind you to try to go for a plant. They wanted to basically maybe try and bait out a push from the defenders, but then Goga on the thermite got instantly taken out. And you're like, well, okay. We should have probably then gone for a different setup, and then at the end, we have Fabian and Pengu running around trying to get the final frags of the round, and there's just not enough time.
Pengu was strong enough to really take care of this round, but there wasn't enough time on the clock anymore after they lost the first diffuser approach. But we now see them on the defensive side again, really tight this up by ENCE eSports. See Vel being picked by Goga once again. Of course, those additional cameras, we talked about them. Predictable, but still usable, still giving you some of the intel. Even if they're just getting shot down, you know where it happened. Fabian on a castle. Shadi with Hibana. Trying to repel up there. Do they really want to go from bottom and top, not going for the normal lower level?
Well, they're going to try and take control of the skylight here. because of this open area, you don't know where the roamers are really. Panari has not been able to scout out the entire floor and even below here. So Jonas can, like he is, hide behind a pillar.
Yunus chance for the first frag here against Shatty. At least getting some damage done. Even if it's not a kill yet, but they're backing off immediately. Hibana down to around like 75 HP. Now Panari tries to move in, tries to at least get a look. They know someone is down there waiting for them. Twitchstorm coming around. Kanto gets Goga for the first frag of round 3 here.
And they run in. They're able to take control of the top side here. So the entire floor is now fully secured for ENCE. They still have Kanto, though, just on the stairs waiting. Maybe Jonas or anybody from Penta tries to get over the tellers and get a bit too aggressive in this spot. But now they can take control of the top side. But unfortunately, Jonas will take the pot shot here, get the kill on a Kanto. But still, you have Wilkie that's on the Twitch. You can just put those breaching charges. No, he has a Claymore. Okay, so no breaching charges to use to actually open up the top floorboard and actually try to shoot down. But Shot is going to be able to get the kill on a Pengu, and with a minute 10 remaining, gets the kill on the smoke.
Strongest frag on the side of Penta out of this round already. That was smoke we lost. But Yunus still in there, Shatty on Hibana, which is one of the important operations they need to keep right now because they don't know yet what they expect down there to get in. KS on Mirror still waiting for that one frag. Didn't saw a frag from him so far, I think, at least not in round 1. Not really having an impact yet.
And he's just waiting for somebody to drop through the hatch here. Shate is just going to run around. The flashes are thrown in just to maybe tell him, okay, hey, we're going to try to push through here. Keep your eyes on here. Get, all the attention on. But from the top side, they're actually able to open up the mirrors as well. So Mira here, KS is going to try to peek in, but Shate is already in the back, able to get the frag. Jonas will get a team kill on Fabian, and then Shate will clean it up with a headshot on Jonas. That was a bit problematic there at the end, but it's basically we just need to get to that first bit, and we're good. The mirror walls were already open, so... Well, even if you peek through there, they're already watching it, and you're going to get insta-headshots. So what do? You're going to have to run through the one place unless you run up to the top stairs and try to drop from above. And even there won't be any justice raining from above. You're just going to have bullets right into you as you drop from top side there. That is not a good spot to be in if you're going for a retake.
Besides the time they're actually losing, of course, in this round to make it happen, with now ENCE once again going back to... totally lost once again. Back to defensive. I was like, yeah, do we speak about operators now or do we go for just defense? But no, it is defense on the side of ENCE and Penta.
Let's talk about defense.
Let's talk about defense.
Yes, the defense.
Let's talk about it.
Yes. So, Wilkie's going to be going for the Pulse. Now, they are going to be defending the Tellers and Archives, so it's very standard. I'm surprised there's no Buck being played out so far by Penta, but they're going to go for a Fuse. And Fabian, this is going to be a very interesting pick from Fabian. So far, so good though on the defense. They're just going to be open up a small rotation hole here. Might just open up the hatch here with Boonsy. They can use that as a rotation hatch as well. Otherwise, just keep Wilkie alive. He's been the guy that's able... He's in-game leader, and he plays the Pulse that gives the information. So it's kind of a perfect synergy, if you will, where you see the info, and you're the best one at relaying the info back to your teammates.
But Pulse, mostly of the time, is on his own. And if he finds one of the roamers, and the roamers finds Pulse, get the connect, shots done.
Oh,
then they
here we
lose
go.
a lot, but it's Kenta with the first kill against Pangu. Once again, strongest fragger on Penta side is out of the round very, very early. Kanto changing positions immediately. Only a bit of damage done to his Jäger, so still enough for him to have a huge, huge impact on this round. And Penta is down by 1. It's a 5v4. They still have the Fuse with the Diffuser, but not in a position where they can actually do something right now. Can't just go for a next one, but it's Yunus taking him down above at the stairs. That was a quick one.
Yeah, that was a very quick one, but now Penta have control of the top side with the Thatcher and the Hibana. Unfortunately, Yunus is very low on HP after that engagement with Kanto and the Jaeger. So he's going to have to be very careful as he hasn't used any of those Kairos pellets just yet. He's going to try to open up the side walls here. Here we go. EMP is going to get rolled in. But Fabian, there we go, gets 1 kill on a Wilkie. He exposes the fact that he's going for the fuse, but he's going to be able to actually spring down from top using the breach charge. And already the cluster charge has been used, so they already know that he's on that before even that engagement happened.
Defense rotating a bit. Goga. Fabian finds Bouncer with the grenades. The ability of Fuse here, but
those hockey
KS,
pucks.
KS following up right after. This is now a nightmare for ENCE. Only Panary left.
They know where he's at. They try to jump in, and Jonas from behind the Hibana open wall is going to be able to get the final shot. No, actually, yeah, he was watching. There we go. Forces the bandit from the teller area into the back of it, and then, well, you just have somebody hold the back angle and get the kill. If you run around the front, well, you already have the thermite waiting for you, so what can you do? This is a very good play where you're able to eliminate the Jaeger and the Pulse early on. So your roamer and basically your main gateway of information. And from that on, you leave the defense blind.
And we saw
and there you have control.
We saw how quickly it changed. It was an even matchup that went for 5v4, 4v4, all of that, and then in just a second, due to that information
Fabian,
not being spread, they turned it around.
No information. They were forced to turtle back on the site, and that's where Fabian's fuse pick was 100%, you know, lit emoji, etc., where he sits up top and fires down the cluster charge with a fuse and takes down anybody down there with those hockey pucks. So already 2 being taken down by him, only leaving the bandit at the end, easy cleanup. But Penta now on the defense, and I believe Infamy are now joining us, going to be playing on the Finnish side. Fabian going for the Echo once more. It's going to be very interesting where he plays them again. He opens up, goes for the Supernova. This is not something that a lot of teams would go for, especially since they already have the smoke. But sometimes, especially on a setup like on Bank, you want to open up reinforcement or sightline walls as much as possible when you're defending down below, because that's your advantage. Stay behind a reinforced wall and force the attackers to come into you.
And we saw that not distributing information can actually kill your whole team on one of the rounds, and seems like Penta learned from the mistakes done by their opponents, so they try to do it better in this round. It's 2-2 currently. Still an even matchup here in the Clash of the Giants. PENTA Sports versus ENCE. Don't get it wrong with Infamy on the screen. They just want to get some screen time. I'll give it to them. No problem.
Here we go.
But starting round 5, ENCE eSports is back. Great to see that. KS here for Penta, checking the cameras, trying to get some information for his team. Where do they get in? But it's Penary with the early kill against Eunice. First one for ENCE. That's the strong start they need. But the setup is pretty crazy. They're all bunched up and now trying to spread out, getting into the building instead of doing it before that.
Okay, this is the frag that they really need. It's like, okay, you take down Eunice, so you limit our roaming game a lot, but we still have the Jaeger, and Kanto is just hunting for roamers. So if he gets taken down and the Jaeger has taken no damage, then now ENCE have to decide. Do we try to take down altogether, spend a lot of time to take down Goga, or do we actually try to set up for the attack? There's a minute 18 remaining, and you can't just spend the next 45 seconds trying to take down just the Jaeger that's behind you. And here we go. Goga gets the kill on a Boonsy, and now he eliminates the Blackbeard. This is fantastic. Goga can just pull back now, and he'll be extremely happy with so far has been done.
Yeah, still all anchors in place for Penta here, while Goga is still on the hunt with Jaeger. Talked about that. K is all just around the corner, but Panary can't see him from there. Now opening up another door. If there is no door for you, just do one yourself.
Sledge makes one door for himself, doesn't even care. Goes back through the archives into the admin office, and he's just going to be looking at the hatch, but he doesn't know. Maybe somebody will come up behind,
with
and here
another
we go.
kill. He's strong in this round. That should be 3 for him already against Panary. But is that enough? Can he do more? Can he get one more?
Oh, this is so perfect from the Echo. The Echo is already able to use his yokai to force Shate a bit back. So this buys them even more time. 15 seconds remaining, and they still have Pengu alive in the smoke. He uses one of his smokes, but goes for the 1v1. Shate, even though incapacitated, is able to get 1 kill off of this. Pengu runs in, gets one, and Goga with the cleanup. Fantastic from Goga, and I believe it is a 4K at the end of this round. Takes down the roamer, and is able then to take down basically your quote-unquote roaming sledge. Basically somebody that's going to be watching the back or trying to open up some walls where he can gain quick info on where that last roamer may be. And then you jump back down once you've gotten the 3rd kill, and all that's left is that Hibana, and poor Hibana gets dropped by Goga.
Goga with the in-your-face gameplay against ENCE in round 5. Currently, PENTA eSports, PENTA Sports, not eSports, even for
PENTA
sometimes
Sports,
like to
yes.
say that. It's PENTA Sports
Now,
with the elite.
Goga is called El Hermano Crocodilo. So, you know, the man crocodile is talking. We were talking about this a couple days ago, and his favorite song is called El Crocodilo. He was telling me about it, and, you know, so far, it's biting. It's definitely biting, and I can't wait to see what he pulls out here on the attack, because KS is going to go for that Monty again, and he's going to have Goga probably behind him as they go through the tunnel. But will they get spotted again from the server room with Wilkie? If that's the case, they might have to set up for a completely different attack like we saw later on and just pull back from the tunnel area.
I see setup nearly done here on the side of ENCE. Just opening one last wall for Bouncy. Needs a bit more line of sight there. Onto the objective. Kanto, of course, roaming. We talked about that, the usual setup of roamers and anchors, not changing anything in the team. But it's Pengu now on Twitch, and they once again bring Monty. I mean, it didn't work on the first try.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it does not work at all.
Yeah, early on though, last time they tried to go through the tunnel area, but they're like, okay, well, they're going to play Wilkie on the pulse every single time. But there's no point in doing that. Let's just get the Monty up top, and through there, let's have him just check the stairs, make sure there's nobody above here, and just stay in the hallway. And then bit by bit, we can move down below as we try to clear everything room by room, especially now with Pengu moving along with the Twitch.
Said Goga got the diffuser. Pengu tries to get some intel in for his team. Currently Shati on Mira. He had a bit of bad luck on the last 2 rounds of the chance to turn around the round, but wasn't able to do so. We see Kanto.
He's just
They're still setting up the attack.
Yeah.
We see on the side of Penta, even with Kanto waiting here, Penta is more or less rotating every now and then. Just checking a corner and then like, okay, we'll just go for another one.
Yeah, and they have KS just running in front of them here. They're going to be able to force the Val out of position, but Yunas gets the kill on a Shate. Very good. The Mira almost got a bit too aggressive there. You know, you really want to clean up Shate before he's put in a 1v1 or 1v2 situation where he can definitely win it out with the Mira. Kanto now trying to come around them in the teller's office. And this is something that Penta might not be able to deal with, because they have to keep their eyes all the time behind their backs, make sure that there's no counter Rokete running around.
Eunice in a bit of pressure. Slight damage taken so far by him and Monty. While Kanto looks for the chance to get in the back of Eunice, and it happened straight to the hat. Gets another kill in for ENCE.
And now he's not taken out. He only gets a bit more damage. He's down to 60% HP. And Penta, they lose Yuna, so no more Hibana. Fortunately, though, they have been able to open up the hatches, and now they have to run in the C4 yet again. But it's going to be baited out. Well done. 24 seconds remaining. And they're going to push yet again with the Monty to try and put KS in a favorable spot for this diffuser plant. Kanto can't get the shot. Oh, no, he can shoot him in the legs. There we go. Fantastic from Kanto. Rokete all up top. Panari gets one. Fabian, though, will be able to refract. Panari one more onto Fabian, leaving Pengu on his own. He's got 2 more to go and 2 seconds remain, but from the top side, Boonsy gets a clean shot straight with a shotty and takes down Pengu.
He stopped Pengu there on the run. There was no other chance for Pengu then move in. No time for the diffuser. No time to just do this in any strategic
Yeah,
way
and this is
other
why,
than duel.
And this is why do you not have the Monty just up front? You baited the C4, you baited the smoke. This is so far so good.
Same mistake done as the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you didn't die to the C4, but you could have just put the Monty right in front. It could have protected
Which
you
they
from
did
this.
great in the early time of that round. They used him to just walk around, get intel, and maybe even disturbing the defensive with his movement around the objective. But when they could use him to protect the diffuser, just to plant it and finally get it down, because Clock told them there's no second chance for you guys. But they went for the Monty plant again.
Yeah. He attack, he also defend, but most importantly,
He dies.
that's basically Monty nowadays without that 44 one tap. Unfortunately, I know Zeronic might be watching the stream here and is like, yeah, the good old days when I actually could win every round playing Monty. Unfortunately, not the case this time around. Still not sure what PENTA are going to go for here. Would have been interesting to talk to them about this kind of strategy. But ENCE are now on the attack. They're going to go for the Blackbeard, the Sludge, the Ash Habana, and the Twitch. So far, pretty darn normal. We haven't seen a Jackal yet, though, which is interesting and surprising at the same time.
Could it be up to... I mean, this is, let's say, a seeding match. It's only about which position you get in the seeding for LAN finals at Gamescom. Do they not want to spoil any tactics, strategies?
This is very possible. This is very possible. Since both teams are already qualified, they might just say, okay, let's play as standard as possible. Of course, it's going to be a fantastic game either way, but why not? Why be forced to show our cards that we're basically saving for LAN? We can just keep them for then, and just play a standard game with nothing really too out of the ordinary.
Mind games here in the top launch game of Playday 7 right before the Gamescom final. I know Gamescom is closed. Gamescom is this month, end of this month.
Yeah,
and there's one spot still to give to the team, but that's the matchup we see later.
Yes, I can't wait for Supremacy Millennium, so I highly recommend you stick around with us because that is going to be a doozy of a derby match between our two French teams. But UNICE is going to be holding off in the office hallway, just making sure nobody's trying to peek from the main area.
Pangu now. Does he know? Does he look around the corner? We see that UNICE is real low already, and Shatty finishing Fabian. Therefore, first track in this round. Pangu just waiting, holding the angle. And he might see Shatty as soon as he moves just around there. I think he might. So one of the pixels dropping there, right on the left side, is the next opponent. Pannery now moving, and he got the backup from all his team, while Bouncy gets UNICE, but UNICE was more or less dead already. There is Pannery moving, and wrong timing. Pangu gets some shots, connecting.
This is so weird. The roaming smoke. And now it's popped all of his gas nades. He can pop the last one still. Panari comes in. The grenade's going to get thrown. Just a bit of damage done to Pangu. But Pana is in 50% HP, and he still can't move in. The Blackbeard, though, Boonsy's going to be able to get one kill. Pangu and KS are the only two alive. And maybe Pangu can win out this one. Here we go. One kill. And one taken down. That's Panari out of play. Shate and Boonsy is still alive. Blackbeard and Habana. But high rate of fire up close. That's the perfect thing you want. And Pangu baiting everybody into him, into the janitor closet. Now Boonsy's on 50% HP. He has to come through here to jump in. He's going to get spotted. Information relayed perfectly here between Pangu and KS.
But interesting to see how long Pangu was able to stay there and even get 2 kills.
They couldn't do anything against them. He put smokes in a spot where nobody would be expecting that roaming
on the shot
smoke. And oh my
with Bouncy finishing up that round for PENTA once again. They now get on the run. They are on fire. Even if it's not always Pangu. This round was a good one for Pangu, but Goga, he had the biggest impact so far overall in the rounds we saw.
Yeah, but you also have to think about this one is that they had a roaming smoke in janitor. There's not something that you'll usually see because
he's normally not the roaming one in that way.
He's an HVT. He's a high-value target. You want to keep him alive for as long as possible for defense, where usually you'd use your roamer to run down the clock and then use the smoke out of that to actually defend. But ENCE were setting up right up the top floor, dropping through Skylight or the rooftop, and all 3 players coming through there. That's a perfect spot if if you're there, because you have the smoke, you have the canisters that are already going to be used to delay. There wasn't much time remaining anyways. And then you have your SMG-11. Straight up nail the headshot. This is textbook roaming smoke, as odd as this is to say, from Pengu.
Round 8 starting here on map number 1 of the matchup between ENCE and PENTA, which could be potentially the last round we see on Bank if this goes in favor of PENTA.
Yeah, very much. They are on 4-3. The only way for ENCE to keep in this is to tie it up 4-4 and go into overtime. So hatches are all going to get reinforced, and Wilkie is going to come in for the last black eye to be set in. Probably be right up top here in the skylight, or no, he's going to keep
Fabian
black
once
in
again
hand.
bringing Fuse here for PENTA. It's a move I really liked. He had good first round where he tried that. Worked pretty well with his ability there
and
to make sure that to get the kills.
Maybe we can look at Fabian for a second, Mr. Observer. Thank you, Marcin. So he's got breaching charge and the cluster charges, so he can breach the top floor, but also use that cluster charge to actually get kills or zone out defenders that are below. So this is where the Fuse really gets into his spot, is getting kills. If not, you force the defenders into a spot they don't really want to be into, and there you can just bait them into your attackers. Maybe you have your Hibana or your Ashe that are setting up. In this case, no Ashe for sure.
It's all about forcing of positions. You want to make them, to get them to make a move they not feel comfortable with, but which is something we saw in Pango last round with that smoke. That he made sure that they know he's there. They need to take care of him, but they didn't have time to finish him back then.
Fabian opening up the top floor here with the breaching charges, and he's gonna try and put his cluster charge in an area where you would usually be expecting someone, and oh my god, if he actually pops this below. Oh no.
Well, there's Bouncy looking at Fabian, who gets the kill. Then it's Bouncy smashing the head of Fabian, getting rid of the Fuse before he even launched his first grenades, right? I don't saw any grenades going down.
He only used his breaching charges, but hasn't actually popped his cluster charge just yet.
So Penary still hiding behind that wall. Kay's on roaming side tries to look for an approach. On the attacking side, Penta needs this round because that is map number 1 in their pockets. If they can do it, Shatty moving around the corner, but no chance for Pengu to get the kill. Was just scaring his opponent away again. And there it is, Goga with a strong kill against Penary. Headshot once again, Bouncy just behind that wall, and KS knew that was a great attack. But Goga down to, what is it, like 15 HP left. Not much to work with. Obviously, Bouncy downing Eunice, and Pangu finally gets Shatty. Whatever was left of his HP now gone.
Yeah, Boonsy now is going to get dropped. They won't be able to revive him here, but Wilkie comes in. He's trying to spray down, almost getting the hit on a Pengu in the back. Kanto gonna get taken down. Wilkie behind. Oh my god, Pengu, are you kidding me? Jumps in, drop shots, Kanto Raketti, and that'll be map 1 with Pengu. What a double here. Oh my god, this drop shot is absolutely fantastic.
I talked too much about Goga, and Pengu was like, wait.
Yeah.
Hold my beer, I got this.
Hold my beer, I got... Well, basically, hold my pulse, because he's Danish. So, I love this Twitch skin, by the way. Gendarmerie. Absolutely fantastic. 9-4 for Pengu on here. Goga, with 6-5, is not too shabby as well. He's been able to get really important frags, like either win the round if there's needed, but he doesn't really need to do that because it can all rely on information being relayed between them. So I think the info game has been absolutely fantastic with Penta, but what I'm not sure of is how ENCE were setting up their defense, because in the start, and in general, really, they relied a lot on their pulse on Wilkie. Didn't really end up working too well for them, and maybe we can see a few of those in the highlights.
Yeah, they might need some more options for map number 2, since map number 1 went in favor of Penta. We see some of the highlights of the first map here. Our first matchup of today. Of course, there's another match following right after. Panary with that grenade that just hit the door. At least it didn't hit him. Yesterday we saw his C4 being thrown right at the same door.
Yeah.
And right in front, not that
Almost
door, of
killing
course,
himself.
was not Bank, but right in front of whoever thrown it. Kanta running around, getting the back of Eunice. That was an important kill.
Fantastic. I really want to understand why the Monty was being used in that way when attacking the basement.
Post-interview needed.
Post-interview needed. Yes, here we go. Pengu, that was absolutely
one of the strongest
defense.
plays we saw. He was sitting in that room for so long and turning this into 2 kills.
Oh, the self-flash, and Eunice instantly turns around. That was fantastic there to save it. And there the clutch from Pengu getting the 1 kill inside of the tellers, and then going to the outside. Then within the main hallway is able to get 2 kills with a fantastic drop shot. The Twitch play is fantastic. He wasn't on the Blackbeard, which is what we usually be expecting him, but if we're playing on close range map like Bank, having the high rate of fire might just be better than having just that shield that's got to be in front of you to absorb a couple bullets.
Yeah, Bank is in the books, done and dusted, and next up is Oregon. Totally different because there's way more space outside. You can peek outside, you can finally, you know, drop out of the window, get a quick kill, get back into the building.
I'm waiting for tower plays on this map, so you know what? Let's head into it. Here we go. Pengu yet again on the Twitch.
And we see Capital for the first time today. But yeah, Twitch IQ also been picked for the first time.
I like this though. This is what I would like to call for the offense a squishy yet very effective setup. And
but are they in for a faster playstyle with that?
With this, it works very well with this kind of defense. Now, ENCE are going to be defending the basement, basically a laundry area. So they're going to set up their reinforced walls by the back room, exactly where you see Wilkie there. You're going to have at least 1 mirror being set up as well on that wall. So what you have is a checklist for the attackers. Come in, Shata you see next to him, there's a reinforced hatch. Well, the Habana is going to come in, take down that hatch, and I'll go all the way in the back to the backstage and take down the hatch that's in the stage. And then from there, from the top side of the main hallway, you can send your Kairos pellets into the wall that's reinforced for the Mira, and at least try to force her back. Then you have the EMP that's being thrown by the Thatcher at the same time. I know it's very technical, but this is exactly what you do. You have the Capital as well in the back, use the opening that you have in the reinforced wall to chuck in a couple crossbows, and then you force the smoke and the Mira back. And this is exactly what plays out at every single attack, because it is the best way to isolate the site from the defenders.
Yeah, but we also saw Shetty opening some of the windows and doors for a quick peek if they wish to do that. He was then moving away once again. We'll see KS on Thatcher starting to move around. Oh, that was the first try at least to get some bullets done, but nothing happened. Wilkie once again a mirror playing that each and every time now.
Yeah,
in this matchup. When he's not playing pulls.
Yeah.
That's what they changed now.
But that's the thing, between Wilkie and Shata, they can definitely do it, but you see the mute now being used up by Panari. So they use the mute and the pulse. They want to deny information from the attackers, but they also want to get as much info as possible with the pulse. Now, the good thing about this for the attackers is that they don't really have to deal with the bandit, so the Thatcher kind of loses a lot of the potential that he might be able to offer with his abilities. But otherwise, it's a pretty good spot to be in. Here we go. Capital is going to open the side from the classroom, and they're going to look through the hatch.
Oh, there's Shetty. That's the chance for Fabian. Not getting the kill, but there's the crossbow. With all the fire and then getting a double kill for Penta to start round 1 here on map 2 against Kanta and Shetty. Bouncy also falling to Pengu. Defense is falling apart right now. Wilkie finally gets Guga. Important one, but Fabian traded that with Wilkie right after. Panari still left, the only one left on ENCE. Capital with this crossbow and then gets Panari finally as he had to move around due to that shot of Capital down there.
Yeah, that is the blinding crossbow basically comes right into the feet of Panari, coming back at the end with the mute from the tower stairs. And then it gets shot down by Fabian, the in-game leader, at 3K. 3 frags in the first round. Textbook attack. It happened I wanna gloat here and say, yeah, it happened exactly like I said it would, and that is indeed the case. So
Penta almost 2 operators on this round, right? I saw one.
I believe.
Should be 2 at the end due to that quick trade.
Maybe
we
you can
saw.
see the scoreboard. Yeah, they only lost
Oh,
one.
one.
So
Only
Goga was
Goga.
shot down, but that's pretty much it. Thank you, Marcio. Of course, he is our observer.
Always
every single
backing us
time.
up.
Yeah, Marcin is a fantastic observer, and hey, he likes good food as well. Let's just say that. So
You can say that as often as you want. He won't type in chat that he also likes you. No chance to get that on stream. I'm sorry.
oh, you make me sad now. So
No worries. I will say that in between.
yeah, KS is going to be reinforcing the sidewall here from the kitchen, looking inside of the stage area. And now they might just try and sit back and hold as many players as possible in this kitchen area, because we are in a very standard defense, aka we're defending the bedrooms, but we don't really see anybody that is rotated up top. All of Penta are basically going to be staying on the lower floor, and this is something that ENCE will not expect at all.
But do you think that horizontal play is favorable right now against ENCE?
I mean,
Because they had been strong in the solo duels.
you always expect somebody to roam below, you know, 2 players or whatever, but here we basically have all of them. Only Pengu is going to fall back to the site, which is very standard, it's very normal. You at least want to have that smoke that's up there, but the rest are going to be staying below. Goga is going to be holding from the bathroom through into the hallway with that line of sight. Fabian is going to stay in the lower kitchen area, and nobody's really going to check for him there. In the dining hall, there you go. So he stands here. Nobody will ever check for an echo, especially in there. There's no telltale info to play off of if you're attacking.
Oh, Kanto right next to Yunus. Gets him through the wall. But Yunus got Wilkie just before that. They had the information coming in. Kanto with the double kill right after. Headshot for that guy. And Bangu is currently trying to bring Penta back in this round with the kill against Bouncy. But Kanto just showcasing why he's playing Pro League.
Yeah, Kanto, this is why I believe Kanto is the best Ashe in the EU. Because he runs around.
Bold statement.
Bold statement, but when you see plays like this against the best team in the world right now, the title holders, there's nothing else to say really in this spot. Fabian, though, will finally pull back here. Try to at least go into a more defensive area, as he has to basically support his teammate, Pengu. But 2 of the players are going to be rushing in from Kanto and Shate are going to be moving in from the staircase. Pengu is going to be able to get the kill on the Shate. They know where Pengu is, and they spot him out. And here we go. Panari gets one. Panari jumps in. Straight up headshot on a Fabian to clean up PENTA Sports. Well done by ENCE to tie it up.
And got the information about Pengu's position early enough to turn this around. Because let's be honest, a second later, and Pengu would have been around that corner. Fine, they might get another kill, but he had the chance to stop that.
Yeah.
And with this early kill on Penguin, there was no chance stopping ENCE from winning that round anymore. Next is set up here.
We're going to be back on the kids' dorms.
Yeah, and we see IQ once again being picked
All
by
right.
Penta here, Twitch Capital. Okay, that's a similar setup to last time. Well, Smoke, Rook for the first time, Jaeger, and unfortunately didn't saw the other 2. Oh, that's Vel as well. Yeah, well, and Bandit for the side of ENCE. It's 1-1. That's how they started map 1 as well. It's not like any of the teams had a good, clean start without any struggle. But that's why we're in for a great matchup. Those 2 teams are at the same level. We heard that during the interview. He said, fully confident with that, yeah, we got a similar play style. We can definitely play them, and we can win.
Yeah, but it's who gets in the head of the other first, or deeper, if you will. Because you can mind game your opponents, which is what Penta tried to do in our previous round. Mind game ENCE into thinking, oh, they're all going to be on site, and then no, there were at least 4 of the players were on the ground floor. Nobody expected that, but at the end they got shot down. So Wilkie here is just going to move back into the meeting hall.
I think he missed one of the other drones right beneath his foot.
Yeah, but he was already spotted. So with the first drone, you know that there's at least at least they know where you are, and you can't just stay in the tower all the time there because they can isolate you and take you out. It's not consistent where you'll be able to take down, you know, 1 or 2 players in there. And you see already the Habana that's going to be coming up top for Penta, Jonas, just to make sure that he hasn't gone onto the tower yet because he's not sure if the Val has already fallen back with Wilkie. So he is indeed. He is in the dining hall, so he's got the Bandit to help him out. Shot, unfortunately, he's down to 40% HP. They have the Rook, so they...
Fabian under a bit of pressure there. All the shots going down right next to him on Capital. There's no one opening another line of sight here. Wilkie looking at him. Also, Shatty knows where this was coming from. Still got his drone, but he had his drone. There's Shatty coming around the corner. Fabian trying to get him, but still no kill in this round. But there's a lot of damage taken by Shatty already. A bit of damage taken on Fabian. That's the Capital we currently watch. But there's look at Wilkie. Pango gets the first kill against Panary. Important one for Penta once again. Wilkie trying to open up. But Shatty finds Pango. Okay, I'm a bit surprised about that one. Actually thought all of them were looking for Fabian. Shatty with that low HP still having an impact on the game. Jonas getting Kanto with another headshot.
Yeah, Kanto trying to get a bit too aggressive from behind as he usually does. But he's gonna get shut down out of here. Oh, here we go. Flashbang 1 comes in. The second one too, but Fabian might just get baited into the back room here as Wilkie is rotating around. I might just use his MPX basically with the help of Shate to get the kill on Fabian. Spots one from above, gets the info, C4 right onto Goga, and he's gonna get taken out, blown to smithereens as Goga only able to get 1 on the IQ, though Jonas with 1, and Jonas, as he drops to the floor, will find the headshot on Wilkie, and Penta Sports jumping into the bedrooms will find one and trade the next.
But that is now Goga, Pangu, and Jonas finally like securing a map with individual gameplay. That's individual strength, securing a map for Penta. They're really spreading work right now. It's not everything relying on the shoulder of just one player.
Yeah. But this is the thing in general with both teams here, is that they trust one another so much in game that they can delegate specific jobs basically to each one of them, and they know that they will play it out correctly. Here we go, Wilkie going for the Jackal. I want to see how he plays that one out. But first, let's see how the setup's going to happen from Penta, as they have Fabian on the pulse, mirroring what we've been seeing on this lower side defense. Won't be seeing a Jaeger, so no ADS to help them there. No mute like we saw with ENCE, but they're going to be relying on the castle here, Goga, to maybe set up the reinforced walls in the back behind them, just to make sure nobody either comes in from the tunnel side or from the staircase. But they even open up the lower side on here so they can check. Maybe somebody does really want to.
It's interesting to see that both teams changed their lineup, not line of players, of course, lineup of operators at the same moment. Bringing Jackal for the first time, might be afraid of the roamers, and then we see on the side of Penta that they go for Castle, which they didn't do earlier on in the game. I mean, they're leading by 2-1. Might be good to change things up, to not run the usual setup, not try to let them learn too much about that setup, to then just counter it right after. We'll see how that plays out here on round 4. Map 2 of this match. Shatty still on the outside. Inside now tries to get the Kairos placed on that hatch. Get that done, seems. Didn't miss that. Which is important, I saw that. In some of the go-fors I was casting. Someone missing 3 Kairos shots in a row. I was really sure that was a personal thing right after. Like that hatch is just running away. Avoiding shots left and right, who knows? Sometimes
AD spam from the reinforced wall. But let's see how they actually put Wilkie to the test here on the Jackal. So far, not much has been done through that. They still have to deal with the roaming castle inside here with Goga. Yeah, also has Jonas to help around with. But Wilkie's going for the PDW-9, so he's going to go for a high up rate of fire with as much fire volume as possible with that 51 rounds in the mag.
Instead of spreading the wings, spreading the bullets.
Basically, yes. Exactly.
Sometimes it's only about
Jackal
the
gives you
brute
wings.
amount you can throw into that fight. Still, no frack, no entry frack on this round. Wilkie tries to spot Goga on the left there. That's Castle. Yep. Now they know. And there's Panery with the first kill against Eunice. Another one for Panery. Double kill early into round 4.
Pengu, though, takes down Shate. Okay, this is the Hibana taken out. And I don't believe that Shate was able to use his Kaido shots on the reinforced wall. Pengu in a very ballsy position here in the laundry stairs. As soon as somebody turns this here around, they might not be ready for him at all.
He could be on their back as soon as they move in, but that's Bouncy
Here
coming
we
around
go.
the corner. Shotgun right in the face of Bouncy. Pengu picking up another kill. Evening up here to a 3v3. Now they know exactly where he is. There's the C4 going down by KS. Nothing happened. Nope. Avoided by Panery and Kanto. Just around the corner, you see Vilki, he sees Panery, gets Panery down. Another strong approach by KS. It finally falls to Vilki on his right. Got the early kill, that was important. 2v2 now. Pengu getting one. Diffuser drop, that's very important. Kanto nearly done already, and Fabian finally finishing that round. Creating.
I think this came down basically at the end to Wilkie using his Jackal at the very final seconds. He spotted the pulse, so that he had him on for a few seconds on the screen, but that's pretty much it. They focused so much on running after the pulse and taking him out at the end there that with the amount of time that they had left, and obviously with the no Hibana that was left before to open up a second area of attack, they kind of got rushed into this. Tunnel vision basically onto Fabian on the pulse, and well, there Pengu just had just enough time to rotate on the smoke and get the final headshots with the SMG-11. No.
It was always even until Penta finally won that
until
map.
Pengu basically played the roaming smoke, if you will. That is not something you'll hear anybody say most of the time.
But I guess that smoke currently is always roaming. Smoke in general, not the operator.
Oh my god. Oh my lord.
Sorry. I was just thinking about like, wait, isn't smoke always roaming?
Yes, gas expands into the volume to occupy.
We're not going that way. We're not
Welcome to Chemistry Class 101. Yes. You're bringing very bad memories from high school. So, PENTA Sports going for, yet again, a pretty standard Goga on the IQ with the Hibana, the Thatcher, the Twitch, and the Capitao. But ENCE kind of really like this defensive setup that they have. The Smoke, the Mute, the Jaeger, the Pulse, and the Mira. Deny info for the attackers with the Mute. Gain info yourself with Shate on the Pulse. It's interesting that he switches around with Wilkie, because we usually have been seeing Wilkie
at least on map 1. On map 2, he wasn't playing Pulse at all.
Yeah, we've seen him play the Mira here, Wilkie. So I believe it would be map dependent. Both players are pretty flexible when it comes to their picks.
I think it's the first time we see the combination of IQ and Capitao.
No, we've seen it actually before.
The same one? I know that we saw both operators, but I wasn't sure what the combination. My mistake, man. Sorry for that. Goga now moving in really quickly to get down the stairs.
Droning through.
Waiting. Yeah, there's a drone.
And well, you're going to see Fabian with Capitao jumping on down. Not sure if they got the info on Kanto in the back, but Pengu's going to be able to get info off of that here. Is going to focus for just a sec. No, they're not 100% sure of where that spot is, but Wilkie will be able to get the kill on a Goga. So IQ has not been taken out. And Pandari as well with the second. They're playing off of the info from Shate fantastically, but finally Pandari taken out. Fabian expecting somebody to come around from behind, but not the case. So low on HP in here.
So Wilkie and Kanto right around the corner, and it's Wilkie downing him there. Finally getting Fabian out of the way as well. Very strong start for ENCE here. On round 5, they only have that Twitch with more or less 50% health on Pengu. Pengu gets Kanto and then gets taken down by Wilkie. That is Wilkie's round. He's still alive, still going strong, even with only about 1/3 of his HP. Will Wilkie finally fall to KS here? He does, getting dropped. KS just finishing off the job. It's a 1v2 now, but there's a pulse on the side of ENCE, turning this into a very hard challenge for Thatcher and KS.
Yeah, Katsa. KS really low on HP here on the Thatcher, but as you're saying, the Pulse can just sit back, gain info from below, and they still have Boonsy on the smoke. He's alive, he's got all of his charges, no Nitro Cell left on shot day, but it's very easy for him to see, okay, well, he's going to rotate all the way around. He's probably going to be coming from the tower stairs, and here KS might just get forced into this. Here we go, Smoke's going to get popped on the opposing side.
Oh, that timing by KS, he went through both of it, but then Shadi gets the kill. You saw it, both were looking exactly the wrong moment away from the angle they were holding.
Yes, there we go. That was a fantastic shot at the end. Shate cleaning up the round, a fantastic play on the Pulse.
Quickly opened that mirror to get the shot down.
He opened it at the end just to
Yeah.
show,
Why not?
like, hey, I'm really good. No,
He's
because
in it.
well, actually,
I still think we don't see that often enough. Everyone knows behind that mirror there's someone waiting, and sometimes I think it will be kind of surprising they would just open it and try to go for the head-on approach
Yes,
instead of moving around it.
but the thing is, you tap it, it takes a second, and it's very audible when the actual gas canister is shot out. So you can kind of predict it. Yeah, it'll work if you're playing, you know, casual. If you're just playing some random games, sure. But if you're playing here, where everybody has excellent headsets to listen for every single bit of info that's going around them, a tiny footstep is more than enough for them to locate exactly where you are.
Round 6 underway here. PENTA Sports still leading in front of ENCE. They're now defending here on Oregon. Pango getting down some wires here and there to slow down the attack. See once again the usual setup of Hibana. Finally return of Blackbeard into this matchup. And an Echo picked by Fabian. Once again a very interesting setup with Echo. I just love his playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask any of the pros, they'll tell you playing Echo is very difficult. Even if you just go for the MP5, because you have to be very careful about every single move you make. You don't know, not everybody knows where to sit and be kind of safe. With the Echo, if you're taken out, well, you're basically useless because you build the entire composition around that Echo surviving and actually being able to deny a bomb plant. So it takes a lot more team cohesion to make it happen. And yet again, we're going to have Penta defending the bedrooms, but sending all of their players almost down to the ground floor.
And we see that once, and we saw that setup earlier already with the
Didn't
horizontal
work out
play
at all.
rather than vertical one here in Oregon. While Kanto is looking for the first kill of the round. Got back up Hibana opening up another line of sight. On the other side is Fabian and KS waiting for them. Eunice was just on top. Still behind the hatch. Maybe that drone wasn't even spotting him.
I don't believe so. And Shate, though, gets kill number 1, and he's going to be able to clean up Pengu, so no more smoke. And that's a minute 30 in. So the roaming smoke strategy doesn't work every single time.
But they still have Echo for defending the objective itself.
Ooh, quick peek from Yunas. Gets the kill on a Kanto, but unfortunately, Panar is ready from the outside, and this is why you'll have a lot of players that will go for this window, and sometimes defenders just, oh my god, are you kidding me, Bunsi? Sprays in, information being relayed in from Panari on the Twitch, just sprays in, trusting his teammate perfectly. And gets the kill here, Fabian. So he's got basically 1 HP at this point.
Trading damage, but Fabian definitely the one with a huge disadvantage. Shati now, were you looking for him? But Fabian getting the kill, making it happen with a shotgun right in the face, and then a double kill from ENCE to end round 6. But I was a bit surprised. I didn't thought he would get that kill. Like, there was previous skirmish between those two. He took a lot of damage, could distribute at least a bit of it. But then Shadi was just too eager to get the kill.
Yeah, and well, this is why you want to get really close and force your opponents into a very tight corner, because then you can use your shotgun. It's a supernova. You know, it's still not your usual 870, but you don't need to squeeze any range off of it. You're super close to your opponent and just one tap is more than enough.
Val back on the side of ENCE. Sledge being brought in by PENTA / Twitch. Thatcher, if I was not mistaken, on that screen. Yep, Twitch and IQ.
Yep. So far, Goga, he's been able to get, frag here and there. But even in terms of taking out the opponent's electrical equipment, if you will, hasn't really been played out too well. Now, they're picking him because they know that you might have a Val on the defense, and that's exactly what Wilk is going for here. So completely changing the usual setup that we see.
Compared to map 1, Goga doesn't have that big of an impact like he had there. Seems like Oregon might not fit suits his playstyle that much as Bank did. Because Bank, he was the one guy to look at besides Pengu. Now they're sharing a bit more. Pengu, but in the last 2 rounds, he was the early frag, which had a negative impact on his team. And it's just missing KS or anyone else, Fabian, to step up and fill the gap of Goga and Pengu. Attack started for PENTA. They're running around the Twitch, getting closer to the objective, still repelling. Tries to have a look through that window. There's Bouncy on the other side. But everyone is so far away currently. There's no chance to get a kill. Dropping down, there's Panery waiting. You might even hurt him.
Oh, he's
drone missing.
Wanted to throw in the shock drone just to be sure. So you basically throw him into the attic there to get something off of it, and maybe try to run in through an open side, but Shate will get the kill onto Fabian. So the sludge being taken out early on, and no real info being relayed here between the opponents, or between the teammates. Panari almost gets the kill here on a Pengu. The shock drone, second one, is going to get used in just to maybe try to find an open. Oh, he's one tap away. He almost got him there.
Panery still around the corner with the Rook. Pengu wants that kill because it's a 5v4. And they know that the Rook is low on health. KS now moving into a new position, repositioning. Wilkie with the kill against KS. PENTA down by 2 already. Finally get Panery down on the floor. But it's Kento getting Pengu. It does not look good for PENTA at all. Double kill for Kento, and Goga finally answering.
He opens up the lower, the dining hall door and just jumps up, gets the 2K, the opponents that are sat on the rooftop. That's an easy peasy cleanup. They leave Goga on his own. He's got to deal with 4 players here, and they hear him going up that barbed wire. Panari goes in, cleans it up.
Panery was looking in the wrong direction.
No, he basically just went for a quick sweep. Yeah, there you go. So now he looks for the other direction, and he's waiting for the information because he doesn't know where that IQ is going to be coming from at the end. But
he was hearing him in the wire.
Yeah, as soon as he heard the wire, he turned around, waiting for him to come up there, sprayed him out, took down Goga, and now map point is in the hands of ENCE eSports.
It's a bit surprising if we take into account that PENTA had the strong start. They had a 3-1 advantage here in Oregon, and now they're trailing. But we see if that keeps going like that, or if we get the final first overtime on map 2. That's a great combination of words. I love that.
You speak Englando very best.
Yes, indeed. That's why this is not my native language, because I can create cool stuff like that.
Yeah, for anybody asking, actually, Renee is well, German, if to some extent. I mean, not fully German, right?
To some extent.
To some extent, right? Not fully German. So this is why you have that wonderful accent. That
I'm very sorry for that, guys.
There's no need to be sorry for being German, though. Don't worry about it.
I don't know.
So this is very interesting, though. ENCE going for Wilkie on the glass. This is. Do they have? I don't think they don't have anybody here to use for smokes to play around with Wilkie, but because they have the Shate on the Hibana, this is probably going to be, instead of having the Capitao, they'll have the Hibana open up the hatch, and then Wilkie's going to stand right above in the main hallway and just try to rain fire from the top side with those heavy rounds with the SVU.
Yeah, putting the scope to good use, probably. Panery that door is not his friend, opening it up. But first spot with the drone instead of running around. Getting it done himself, finally opening up. There's Goga on the side. Was he? Oh no, that's the mirror in between them. Yeah,
he spotted the mirror wall there, so he knows there might be somebody behind it. You always would be expecting the Bandit in this kind of defense, at least the Bandit and the Castle, which is exactly this case, to be standing in the meeting hall. So just before, where we saw Kantoraketti moving in and getting a kill off of it, but just spraying into the wall, might see the same thing over here.
Eunice still waiting behind that mirror. I think he did not see Penary moving around there. Because at that moment he was rotating, turning around, not seeing that bouncy still on top. Looking down there with Blackbeard. Of course she'll attach Shatty on Hibana once again. But Eunice now saw him, there's no other way. Yeah, there's Penary right in front of him.
He's waiting for him to try and push it and might just go and spray onto him. Ooh, grenade landed right in front of Jonas here. Gets tagged pretty low. And those shots coming in from Wilkie in the back are not easy to deal with at all. They do so much damage even through that castle reinforced wall. Smoke's gonna get thrown in right onto him, and now Wilkie bit by bit will saw him move in, peek in, and takes down Jonas. Now falls back, protects his teammates. Falls back behind them in the classroom, but so far so good. Taking, though, a lot of time to clean up these roamers.
Pengu finally picking up a kill against Shatty. Important one here for Penta to get back into this round. 4v4 setup. Fabian with Paul still waiting, not really bringing in any info so far. I really fear that Penta is not in control of the current situation and has had a good movement around them. Bouncy, Wilkie, everyone's setting up. We see Goga, Penta and Fabia being just crowded down there. Kanto on their back, but they take Kanto down. But wait, Kanto gets Goga before being grounded, and it's KS just finishing the job.
But now there's
getting one kill, that was good.
Yeah, now C4 is going to get thrown out. He's expecting somebody to plant, but unfortunately won't be hitting just yet. He needs to run in here to get one. Here we go. The second one is spotted. Sprays in, gets the kill. KS, can he clutch this? 1v1. Wilkie in the back now, moving from the back stairs, trying to defend that plant. But does KS know about this push? Because they have absolutely 100% case here, ENCE, to know that KS would just be jumping down from this exact spot. Goes in for the defuse pick. And just waiting until Wilkie comes in. Does he have enough time? Yes, he will, and Wilkie will save the round. Well done, ENCE eSports. They will take map number 2, and you know what that means. Quickfire third map. Let's see how that one plays out. I'm excited to see more of this
top-notch matchup going to map 3. What more could we ask for?
A third one.
That's it.
A third one that continues to really in the same quality. Panari and Kantoraketti here, absolutely fantastic. 8-5 for Panari, 10-5 for Wilkie. That's absolutely fantastic, actually. Goga still underperforming, which is a bit odd, to be honest.
After map 1, but it's the same on the other side. We saw Wilkie now getting into this, like finding his rhythm, making sure he gets the kills every single round. Not just that one clutch highlight play, but when you got 10 in total, then they were part of every round. You made sure that you're always there to get some kills in for your team. That was important, and that was what brought them the win on this one, because Penta had the way stronger start.
Yeah, even though I thought they kind of put too much on having the IQ every single time for Goga, could have maybe tried to go for something else.
Who knows, but we got the highlights ready from map number 2 before we had to map number 3, which will be Border. So we finally see that map again, that quick
this was a textbook push, basically. If you want to learn how to push with your team against a very defensive opponent that's always picking laundry/basement, this is how you do it. And here, Kantoraketti just sprays in, gets Goga right after, and then KS with a trade-off at the end. The one time we actually see somebody using that mirror wall, they get absolutely taken down by it. Here we go, the C4 from Wilkie on a Goga, and this very aggressive spot from Pengu before falling back.
That was the only 3K we saw in a row. There was nothing in between. Was Kanto just getting kill after kill after kill after kill.
There we go. Fabian, this is the round that they were trying to save, but it got really awkward at the end there. Here we go. Finally a spray down from KS. Shate there for the defense before tapping on that mirror wall. UNS getting one, but then getting traded off very quickly from below, and Bunsi feeding off of the information from Panari, I believe, in that spot. KS was able to get the double kill, but unfortunately, the final cleanup against the glass just was not there. He had the time, could have probably went for a quick peek to the backside coming in from the tower stairs, but wasn't the case. Again, we always say this, like, hindsight is 20/20. We're sitting here, we're watching every single thing. We have Marciu, the best observer in the business, so we can see everything that's happening, but they can't. And, you know, we can't just tell, hey, do this, do that. They rely, as Shate was talking to us about, on their game sense and on their instincts. And so far, map 2 worked out very well for ENCE as we're getting ready for map 3.
We see everything in-game, but we don't see what's currently going on in their heads. Before we head on to map 3, momentum on the side of ENCE now after the takeaway map 2 from Penta. They had the early lead, they had the chance to close this 2-0, but instead we will see Border as map 3. They're just getting ready in the lobby, and we get ready for another round of Border, one of the most played maps in Pro League. Any prediction, favorites on this map when it comes to those teams? Because you said Bank, not every team is comfortable playing Bank. That was fine, we got that out of the way. It's only Border.
Yeah, Border is a pretty good map for Penta. I want to see them playing a fantastic Blackbeard like we usually see Pengu on. This is the map to utilize him. But I hope we don't see the same mistake as you will that we saw from last night's cast, or basically this morning with the NA, where teams on Border kind of focused a bit too much on just taking one approach from the balcony into the armory and not really thinking of, oh, we can go from the eastern balcony and use as well the cooling tower basically for our advantage. Put a Blackbeard on there, we'll have the advantage to take down the window and maybe somebody that's hiding up behind it.
Yeah, Border yesterday or this morning we talked about was one of the maps that we saw the defending side nearly winning each and every time, and then it was up to the first team, wherever scores on the attacking side.
Yeah.
Finished just like we said. Will it be different for those two teams? Both were fighting. Map 1 was closer at first than in favor of Penta. Second looked like Penta had the control. They had the momentum coming up, a win on map 1.
They tried weird strategies though, like having 4-man at some point, even having the smoke, quote-unquote roaming, basically staying in the ground floor instead of being on the defense up top in the sleeping area.
But did they lose the lead at that moment where they changed the operator lineup? We talked about that. Both teams were changing up lineups, now on operator side. That was at 3-2-1 in favor of Penta, and this turned into 3-5 for ENCE. So it seems like it worked for ENCE, changing operators. It did not work for Penta.
All right, well, let's head into map number 3. We're going to be on Consulate. So let's see what Consulate brings us here.
I set Border because that's what I saw on the screen. Now it's Consulate.
So this is going to be Garage defense. I want to see what... So I really want to see what Penta bring off of this. So Pengu is going to go for the Blackbeard again. Fabian for the Thatcher. This is basically because they want to use that EMP to take down any bandit batteries that are set up, reinforcing the main entry to the garage, the main doors. Otherwise, Shate on the Echo can definitely hide around the A site or where Wilkie is right now. We'll see Shate and Wilkie in that spot with a pretty good defensive area. Only can really get outflanked from somebody coming in from the top spiral staircase. Otherwise, it's going to be Penta vying for control of the ground floor, and then from that, trying to move down. And you see Bunsi here even opening up the hatch from the bathroom, so it might just have somebody roaming up top, being able to jump down through this area to protect and fall back on the site, recollapse on it.
Penta starting on attack and starting on defense. While I still laugh about myself, I thought that's smart. Just look at the screen, look at the lobby. It's Border easy. Starting the cast on it, and then realizing they did everything in the lobby besides choosing the right map.
Yeah, they leave that usually to the end, so...
Happens, but still, we have map 3 underway, which is a good thing in this top-notch matchup. We want to see an additional map. Who will come out on top for the top seed before going to the Gamescom LAN final? Will it be PENTA Sports or will it be ENCE eSports? Here we go.
Yep. Again, map 3, winner of this gets seed number 1 into the grand finals. So far, it's all the Habana trying to move in here. Yunus opening up the main door. Kanto on the Jaeger is going to stay by the main stairs, or the staircase here. And he can just definitely fall back onto the yellow staircase. Interestingly enough, we didn't see a mute coming out from ENCE in this defense, but we'll probably see that when we go to a Visa defense, very possibly. Yunus has taken control of the lobby, and Penta this time, unlike before where we saw Goga going for the IQ. It's going to be on there, just take control of the press room all the way up top, so... Oh, grenade, going to get lobbed in. It won't be able to hit. Boonsy, though, and Wilkie getting a kill each. And this is Yunus getting taken down. And now, and the Thatcher, and now the Blackbeard.
It's 4 of
Wilkie,
them.
oh my god.
Koga, can he carry round number 1? Might be a bit too much for him. 1 versus 5.
He can flex with the best of them, but I don't think Koga can do this one even. Panari gets the final frag, and this is clean sweep round from
Koga
ENCE.
was just so lonely. Someone had to end his life, making sure that he gets his teammates back.
Hashtag feels bad, man.
Yes, that's it. I mean, that was round 1. Everyone was more or less still checking what will happen. And then Penta was only left with 1 guy.
They're like, oh, you all died.
Yeah. So
Okay.
guys, I started now to move. Where's everyone else? I was AFK for a minute, I'm sorry. But here we go. Blackbird, A, IQ, Ash, Hibana, and Thermite on the attack for ENCE. And we see Val, Bandit, and Mira. Jaeger once again for the ADS. I really like that, but we didn't saw so many highlight grenades play yet. Even the flashbangs didn't have a huge impact on that 1 or 2.
But this is the thing, you're going to be using those flashbangs to basically disable the ADS, because it'll only disable 2 nades, and then you can basically chuck the 3rd one that will have its effect. So you can use those flashbangs to just allow your Hibana to use her charges without really having the fear of losing a very valuable Kairos shot. But it's gonna be interesting where Penta set up here. We might have at least 1 or 2 of them setting up in admin room, but this is a perfect spot from KS. They can leave him alone here, and he can gain any information of anybody trying to jump in from the windows at admin. Skoga sets up with a black eye
in the medium
camera. Yep, just to make sure that there's nobody really going to be trying to move in through there. We have the smoke, pretty standard pick. No echo, so we'll be seeing the echo trying to disrupt the attacks. But also ENCE going for Boonsy on the Blackbeard. And I want to see where they actually set up Boonsy, because you can have him.
Hat. I think it was Visual, I'm sorry, disturbing you. For Fabian here, he still stays quiet. Is there a chance for the first kill for Penta? Nope, moving around, not even taking that chance. Shatty's changing position as well. Very slow start to this round. Finally, Kanto gets first kill against Yunus with his pistol. Wow, the M45 ending the life here.
Oh, poor Jonas in this spot here. Boonsy has so far not scaled up the wall from the main embassy side. You go up there with the Blackbeard because it allows you to just have a long line of sight of anybody that is defending the sites. Basically, Panari is the opposing line of sight from here. Grenade's gonna get thrown in. And then we'll see the Ash charge being used up as well, just to take down this wooden wall. Pengu is set up right behind, and he knows where they're at. He can definitely use the remote gas nade to push them in, but would be a bit too early for that use here.
Pengu still waiting in the medium room. He got Shanty on the outside. Shanty now on the move. Pengu waiting and waiting. Panari on the corner as well. He got the grenade in hand. going down at Pangu, but no damage done to him. But I think he did some damage on Pannery. Yes, he did. Well, there's Kanto on the back as well. Shatty down the stairs. Gogo with another kill against Pannery. Headshot being taken by Pannery. Right in the head, of course, otherwise it wouldn't be a headshot. I went that way, I had to finish the sentence, you know.
Thank you, Rick.
Done and dusted.
There you go. Shate moving in through the front office here. Pengu drops in and gets the frag. Uses the smoke for his advantage for that, and Goga runs in with that MPX. Gets one, throws the C4. Boonsy comes in. Boonsy eats it right to the face from Goga. But Wilkie will take down Pengu. Leaves it to a 1v1.
So you vault in a C4.
All up to the Spanish here. And maybe Goga can go over the spray, and here we go. Goga finally back. And Mr. Biceps will get the headshot on Wilkie.
That was a not really welcoming C4 for him. I mean,
No.
normally I don't
No
really
C4 is welcoming.
Yeah, normally I don't like my guests to come into the building through the windows. But still, there are ways that are more warm, welcoming than sending a C4.
Yeah,
A
that's
good placement. Defending now for Console and Meeting Room on the side of ENCE. 1-1. The usual start for both teams on the new map. Capital being picked by Penta again. Eunice on Hibana. KS and IQ. Blackbird, of course, for Pengu. We talked about that. He can be super, super strong. Blackbird, one of the strongest, or the strongest operator when it comes to 1v1.
Yeah,
and that on Pengu, that's a mass destruction weapon.
Yeah, it really is a weapon of mass destruction. Now, this is a defense in the main Visa area, so usually you'll see the Blackbeard actually setting up by the western window, coming up there most of the time with the Capitao, especially how Goga is here, but also you can see him moving in where Shata is and just go through these main windows. Shata's going to set up his cameras. They leave the hatch open to try and jump down through that if needed. They have a small opening to shoot through anybody that wants to come in through the spiral staircase. But oddly enough, they're going to leave this side open here and only reinforcing one side of the back room in the console office. And otherwise, no mute to actually deny information from Yellow Stairs.
Yeah, but they created so many murder holes that might run in favor of Capital and Goga.
Yeah.
Because he got the chance to have a way bigger impact on the game due to all the new possibilities to get his shots done. But first kill by Pengu on Bouncy. Pengu finally getting back, and that's Mute taken out early.
Yeah, the smoke taken out early on
Mute.
here. There we go. Boonsy's going to get taken out. And Pengu, now he knows that there is there's a camera being set up right up top here by the Valkyrie. Can't go for it just yet. KS cleans up one from the top side.
But Smoke being out early is really, really hard for ENCE. We saw how important he can be as last man standing, and now he isn't. Let's up due to Pengu. Pengu are finally playing on Blackbird. We will see some highlight gameplays. There's Kanto coming out. Fabian nearly missing him, but then gets the kill down to Kanto here.
Finally getting a bit aggressive, but Pengu's ready for him. Gets the headshot. And Jonas is going to go in, but the C4 from below. Shata times it perfectly. He can hear him from above. Diffuser's going to get recovered, and there is still one Nitro Cell to use. They're using Wilkie from Yellow Stairs to get info. They spray down on a Pengu, but from the bathroom, it's Fabian to get one. Goga on the opposing side, and Goga yet once again gets the kill on Shate.
But Pengu being safe there.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah,
setting up the diffuser, nearly getting shot in the back.
It's long range fight for a Mira. So you have the vector, but it's long range, and you have to go through two surfaces at that point, I believe. So your actual damage is going to be very, very low. You expose yourself, you know what's going on. Goga's already watching that area, and well, that means you get instantly tapped basically by Penta and taken out of play. That one side reinforced wall is your disadvantage, and those murder holes that you opened up, as we were saying before, played out perfectly for the Capitao, where he was able to gain information off of that.
It's such a strong force with the crossbow when you open that many walls. Because it's just giving him more possibilities, more options. You might not be aware of all the options you gave him at that moment when he created, because of course he didn't know that they bring Capital.
But with the position that he was in, keeping Pengu alive is the most important part. Because keeping that Blackbeard alive on that western wall means that they can hold down Visa very efficiently. They also had the IQ that was giving them information on where those Valkyrie cams were, so they can take those out, deny info from the defense, and then they can just have the Capitao to either zone people out with a crossbow, as you were explaining, but also just stay in the back in the second window and defend the planter. And it's very smart from Pengu that after he saw the first C4 taking them down from below in Piano, he just moves to the secondary site and tries to go for a plant there through a couple of safe bits of wall to protect them.
Talking about safe bits, I would like to have a quick look at the leaderboard. Not really leaderboard, but
It's
scoreboard.
scoreboard.
There it is, scoreboard.
5-1.
Goga.
Goga.
Yeah, I just want to see if Goga is really leading that much in front of Pengu. Pengu on 3 kills, Goga on 5, and only 1 death so far. That is the important part.
So 5-1, Goga technically acing, right? Is that how math works?
Not really.
Not really. Yes.
Yeah, what we
There
talked
go.
about on air math, so for
Yeah.
that it works.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need to know. So Jonas is getting a bit aggressive on the bandit in the front door. Not gonna find anybody just yet because there really is not anybody through here. Boonsy's on the opposing end, hanging on the wall. If you were on Piano here, Jonas, could definitely jump out and get a quick frag. Fortunately, Kanto tried that before in the previous round, but Fabian, the buck, was able to get the kill off of it and clean him off. Kanto moving around with the Ash. He's going to get the first frag on Pengu, and yet again, it's the kill on the smoke.
There's a double kill chance
Oh!
for Yunus, and he's taking it. Fabian following up right after triple kill for Penta. So important. I was pretty sure he missed to give the information to Pengu because that was his job to secure that there's no one on the back of Pengu. He was then taken out, but he knew, okay, there needs to be someone. He ran into 2, double kill,
Yeah.
even better.
They basically trade off the smoke. Obviously, still not the best spot to be in because losing the smoke is a lot of utility lost on the defense. But it's no problem because now the defenders can just reset in a different spot. Nobody can contest that lobby. Nobody can contest admin. And so you have Fabian and Jonas that are untouched. Spoonsy's on the Blackbeard and Wilkie's left on the Thatcher. They're going to have to both push in at the same time. There's no C4 to help them out with here.
Oh, Yunus knows there is someone.
Oh.
Wilkie jumping down. He gets bouncy down as at least. But Wilkie finishing up. Can pick him up.
So low on HP here. You can sneeze on Wilkie and he will die. And that's not a good spot to be in when you have to face 3 operators that are well known for the volume of fire that they can give out. And here we go. Straight up headshot by Goga. Yet again. It's the Crocodilo. El hermano Crocodilo. Gets this. Yeah, I know. It's very cringy. Haha, cringy. Haha. 13 in May. But still, you know, it's an inside joke. So better follow Goga on Twitter to make sure what goes through with that.
That advertisement was sponsored by Milos.
Sponsored by Goga.
Or Goga. I'm not sure yet if you're not sponsoring that one. Well, here we go, round 5 on Consulate. This is map 3 of the Clash of the Giants, PENTA Sports versus ENCE eSports. And currently it looks like Penta had a good start on Consulate, but that is the same start they had on map 2, where they then changed the lineup for the operators and lost the map to ENCE. They bring Buck, they bring Thermite, Hibana, IQ, and Blackbeard.
Thank you yet again on the BB, as you're explaining. Of course, Skeleton Key, Fabian going yet again for the Buck, and Chaos again on the IQ. Echo is going to get picked up here by Shate, who's underperforming a bit this map. It is the 3rd map. It's not, we can't really expect Shate to go ham 3 maps in a row, especially after having a fantastic play day a couple of weeks ago as well. So, all is good so far. Fabian and the rest of the crew spawn in. Now, they might just... How will they try to break through this? Because that IQ is basically going to try to run around with the buck that will try to get onto the rooftop. And after that, you'll just have a very standard Blackbeard that's going to hang around the western wall, or basically by that side of the wall, and maybe try to find an opener on one of the roamers. You see Wilkie that's quote-unquote roaming with the Mira standing in piano, and this is the perfect spot for Pengu to be in, because you want to take down this Mira to not have to worry about her before she falls back. Oh, and a bit of damage done. Here we go. Goga so far away with the Thermite, gets one, but a quick refrag. Jonas going down to Kanto, and that is the Hibana taken out. A huge frag.
Yeah, they still have Thermite for that, but of course you don't want to lose your Hibana that early on. Fabian on a buck. Could try to cover that up. But it's a 4v4 setup now. K is still on IQ. Currently missing huge highlights in this matchup. He was here and there involved, but not as Goga or Pengu on map 1 and 2. We talked about Shatty dropping off in performance a bit here on the third map, but it's not over yet. Still enough time to get back the rhythm. Listen to your favorite music, get back into the game.
Indeed, the sound of death, that's what they say. Here we go, a C4 from Panari blows KS to smithereens. And now that's the IQ and the Hibana taken out. The Echo is still alive, and the Jaeger is on 60% HP. So Fabian is just going to be opening up the top piano side here. Just making sure that it will be able to spot at least one. Oh, Panari, a couple of shots whizzing right next to Fabian. He's going to spot out Panari and take him down. Fantastic from the in-game leader.
That was a good call. He was moving around once again after he had that first shot, but Pengu also following up with Bouncy, taking this to 3v2 in favor of PENTA Sports. Something we didn't expect it after that start. Kanto down to 50 already. Shatty still waiting for the right moment to use his ability there, bringing more utility. But Goga, he's still running strong, and this man is on fire on this map. And teamed up with Pengu, Kanto gets Goga, but Pengu also down Shatter. There we go. Shatty falling to Pengu.
This Kanto's still above. It's a 2v1 that Diffuser has to get set down. And he's got to get guarded. Fabian, though. Oh, he's got to get spotted. Kanto, there's no time remaining. Pengu can't do anything here. He's going to get spotted. And Kanto Raketti, are you kidding me? From the top side, from the top rope, look out below. And then the next thing you know, you'll be on the floor.
Welcome to Rainbow Six. It's not over before you also kill the last guy time ran out.
It's not over until the Fatcaster sings, and that was not the case here.
I didn't want to say that. I thought that's insulting. So
no,
well, thanks for you saying it.
It's a classic. It's a classic line. So it's okay.
But normally it's a lady singing, and I don't really want to hear you sing on this broadcast. But instead, we got 3-2-2. Round 6 starting. Still, there's a chance for ENCE to come back, even if it's a long way, but they did exactly that on map 2, and they're starting the same here on map 3 on Consulate, and it's now up to Penta to stop that moment, to stop the push by ENCE. Back for the win on map 3. Kanto 7 and 1 assist, 3 deaths. Putting on a show here, but that was 3 in a row on the last round.
Takes down Goga from the from the top side, and then goes down, drops down into piano, uses the floor holes that were opened up by the buck by Fabian to his advantage. And this is the thing, you always have to think about this, and this is why a lot of teams now will set a roamer all the way on the top floor, because it forces the attackers to spend even more time trying to take him out up there, and sometimes you'll lose 1 or 2 operators trying to take him out.
Yeah, the hunt for roamers, sometimes it costs you too much time, too much resources, or even too much bullets or lives. If
Hunt for Red October? Isn't that a Tom Clancy book?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Can somebody clarify that?
I read the original Rainbow Six book, which was awesome. I totally love it. I also played all of the games in the series.
The OG Rainbow Six back in the day.
Back then, when 3D graphics was actually something to wow about.
Yeah, this makes us appreciate production a lot more. That's for sure. The actual graphical production as well. So, ENCE eSports setting up along the eastern side here. And Wilkie might just try, or the southern side, excuse me, might just try to jump all the way up top and get control of the top skylight. Kanto is just checking around with the drone. Might be able to spot Yunas here in admin. Here we go. He will be able to do so. Flash gonna get landed in to help out Panari, but you know what? Panari doesn't even need it. Gets one kill, gets traded off though. Nice done by KS. Gets the shot with the ITA shoddy.
4v4 though was a quick trade. After moving in, drone information was distributed, but it wasn't enough for Panari there. KS down on health a bit. Shetty waiting for his chance to finally have a highlight moment here. There's Pengu, Katu versus Pengu. Kanto not getting any shots to connect. Could be the chance for Pengu to be on the back, but there's KS just running right into
C4 from
Kanto.
KS.
But see, KS finishing with a C4. It's a bit surprising. I'm not sure if they really thought about them moving that fast.
Kanto is so good that you need to make sure that he's gonna be dead, and the best way to do so is to chuck a load of C4 onto him and finally take him out. So, KS and Yunas taken out on Penta, and IQ and the Ash out from ENCE. Shate running around through to the front office on the Hibana, and you still have Pengu on the smoke on site. Boonsi's on the outside. Fabian might just try and land a quick shot on him. He has to be very careful here. Boonsi, straight up headshot. Another one taking down Pengu. This is perfect now. Only Goga left alive. He's got 2 players to deal with. Shate is on the opposing end, but Shate straight up headshot. Goga gets taken out, and this is ENCE now powering back into the game.
History repeating. ENCE striking back. Here on map 3. Is Penta really able to overcome that? I mean, it happened to them on map 2. Now it starts on map 3. I'm pretty sure they also see the same picture as we do, that this is just a replay of map 2, and last time they were the ones hanging their heads off.
And then turned around to 5-3.
Yep.
Don't want to see this happen again. Penta, hopefully. What are they going to go for? Okay, a buck yet again for Fabian. Now, this is a console/meeting room defense, so they don't have to worry about those holes being really annoying for them. But it's very possible that we see Fabian with the buck hanging on the western wall, and then from that can go all the way to the staircase, to the spiral staircase, and then from there jump down from the skylight, open up the side walls if they're not reinforced, if you see the A site over there, and that can basically open up straight up firing lines onto anybody that is setting on the site, just like we saw Pengu doing basically with the smoke on the defense. But nothing out of the ordinary. Val, Mira, Jaeger, Bandit, and the smoke. Shata here is going to be setting up to get an extra last camera right outside here, just to make sure nobody's going to be flying out towards them way too quick.
Now setting up the attack on side of Penta. Can they turn this around? Can they get back the lead they just lost again? 3-1, that's how they started this map. KS and IQ now going onto the roof, checking for any devices. We know that Bouncy had amazing kills the last rounds. Goga dropping off a bit again, at least as long as Bouncy is on fire.
Yeah. His Blackbeard playstyle as well is pretty darn good. How he's been able to utilize just tiny slivers of information to his advantage with these long sight lines.
But is it Pengu letting Penta down right now? We talked about Blackbeard gameplay by Pengu that will be the one deciding factor.
Yeah, hyped him up so much.
They can carry it just with him on Blackbeard, but currently that's not really the case.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why KS is going to get taken down by Shate, who's going to be falling back, and Pengu is so low on HP here behind on the Blackbeard. Might just have to fall back for a bit and might just get pushed very quickly. Goga right outside of the second window here. Zunas has taken control of the yellow stairs, and from that we'll find the kill on Boonsy. The smoke's been taken down with 1:30 on the clock. Perfect spot to be in here, even with that much damage done to you as Penta.
But Koga is still there. He's on the outside. He will be the one vaulting in there and try to turn this around. On it, Pangu placing the diffuser. They now have time on their side, but Kanto gets Fabian and double kill for ENCE with Panari falling right after Pangu. Falls down there. It's Kanto falling up. Goga jumping in. Wilkie being part of that skirmish over there. And Goga on the outside. He needs to defend this now. He is the last guy alive, but there's Wilkie coming out. But Goga finishing him right in his face after he left the door there. Coming out, and that's it. But no, Kanto gets Goga as well. Kanto, can he get rid of
he's going to be able to get this.
It.
He's going to be able to get it with a few seconds on the clock. And Kanta Raketti, yet again, the Clutch Meister. He can run in. He can get frags left and right. But he can also go for a retake. Very good from Goga here, keeping his calm, taking down the Mira to try to rush him.
But that was just to make him aware of someone else instead of Kanto. That was the problem. But he went for the kill, which was good because there was no other way for him.
Yeah.
But it took his view away from the diffuser, giving Kanto that chance to have that impact on the round.
Yeah, he then turns around, gets the kill after taking down the Mira, turns around, gets the kill on the Bandit who was trying to defuse, but then he's so low on HP that Kanto only has to hit him with one bullet. So that's all you need with a quick spray. And that's how he goes down. 4 rounds up, or ENCE. They are 1 round away from taking this 2-1. What a fantastic game we've been through so far. And I can't wait to see what our second one holds because, oh god, if this has been so fun to watch and cast, I can't wait for the French Derby.
And ENCE sitting with half their butts on the first seat already, while Penta tries to push them away here. But it's 3-2-4.
It's a wild game of musical chairs.
Once again, Penta losing. The early lead on a map, is that something we need to get used to? Hopefully not, because Gamescom is coming up, and pretty sure that Penta does not want to see that again. Being in the lead 3-1 on a map, and then losing it. But it did not happen yet. If they win this round, we will go to overtime. Not only map 3, we could also get our overtime here on one of the biggest matchup this season. But if ENCE wins, it's all done and over for the first matchup of today's Playday 7 here in the Pro League European region. Bouncy had strong rounds lately.
Especially on the
I'm not really sure if the Bandit pick is what he should try right now. I know about like utility, all of that is okay, but his aim seemed to be a bit off, his movement seemed to be a bit off. Well, is it sometimes useful to just change operator for that?
Yes, but a lot of people will pick the Bandit not just for the utility. A big reason of going for Bandit is that MP7, because it allows you to get large volume of fire down range, high rate of fire, but you're also super mobile, and it's a very controllable SMG. So if he spots anyone trying to go for piano, maybe, you know, he might be sensing a buck, you know, or maybe the Habana or the Ash that are going to try to run around like we usually see with Kanta Raketti. Well, having the Bandit's going to allow him to get at least a quick position onto him, but unfortunately Shate from above opens up the hatch and gets the kill to clean up Jonas. Now the smoke and the mute left on the site with Amira and the Val have to fall back. They really need to hold this, and denying info with these signal disruptors is going to be very, very important.
Kanto will want to make sure that ENCE gets this round, gets rid of PENTA Sports here right in front of LAN. Looking down, but there's no one to take off.
He takes down.
Why did he took that damage? Who was that? Was it Eunice?
No, he took the damage from his own Ash charge that blew up in front of him as he tried to go for to destroy the Bandit batteries.
In the place of Penary, but Penary being a bit quicker on the trigger. Everything runs in favor of ENCE so far.
Pengu, though, will finally get the kill on Akanto to finally remove this very pesky roamer. But they have KS on the Mira standing right behind that reinforced wall, so they don't have to worry too much about it here. They can start chucking those gas grenades in. There's just enough time here to help them out.
Shaddy's on their back. Look, Shaddy is on their back. Pannery gets Goga here. Top frag on the side of Penta. Onto Pannery, KS. Finds Wilkie with the C4, and there's Shaddy finishing off KS. Only bouncing Pannery left. Oh, Pannery last kill for ENCE, and that's it. ENCE eSports beats Penta on map 3, which means matchup is done as well.
Yeah, 2-1 with a 5-3 victory in Consulate. It's a pretty good map for Penta as well. And ENCE have to be feeling over the clouds right now. They're ready. They have another LAN tournament that they're playing this weekend as well. So everything in general going their way, but I don't want to say I'm skeptical, but I'm kind of skeptical of what ENCE can bring to LAN, because they always seemed a bit shaky on LAN.